It's that nerd Ryan here, and today we're going to be talking about the Ewoks Battle of Endor. So this is the sequel to Ewoks Caravan of Courage, and this is part of the fun tie-in Star Wars series review thing. I don't know what I'm going to call it, but we already covered the holiday special, Star Wars Clone Wars, not the Clone Wars, but Clone Wars. Right? Oh no, Star Wars The Clone Wars, sorry. The 2003-2004 series. And then we covered Caravan of Courage. So today we're going to do Battle for Endor. So this is a very wacky tale and sad tale and just a roller coaster of emotions tale in Star Wars. I could barely even say it's Star Wars because there's stuff in here that feels more like Willow and Lord of the Rings than Star Wars, but we'll go ahead and just accept it as Star Wars Legends. So basically we get picked up with the family of the first movie. They're getting ready to leave and everything. Apparently Ewoks can kind of muddle through English now because Wicket is having a full-on English conversation with the main character, who's a little girl whose name I literally remembered up until this point. But they are basically having a conversation about her leaving and having to go to school with her brother and everything when marauders attack. And you'll never guess what these marauders are riding. They're riding the blurgs from The Mandalorian. So this is where the inspiration of the blurgs came from, was Ewoks Battle for Endor. It's so crazy to think that The Mandalorian had so much pulled from the most insane, wacky legend stuff ever. Life Day, blurgs, just stuff like that. Just it's so wacky and funny to think that. These blurgs are obviously not as well animated, but I do want to say in this movie, for the budget that they had and for the time, the animatronics in this were amazing. It was like pretty cool to see. I mean, obviously you can tell it was fake, superimposed, but the way it looked was just phenomenal. So anyways, the marauders attack, kill the mom, the son, and the father from the first movie, which I found shocking considering that the brother is front and center on the poster on Disney Plus, and he literally has about a minute of screen time. We don't even see him die. She like runs over to her dad after seeing the mom die and goes, "Mace and Mom, they're dead." And it's like, wait, Mace died, but he's on the screen. Anyway, so the marauders, who are led by like a head marauder and a witch, not a night sister, a witch, like not even Lord of the Rings style, but like Labyrinth style witch. And they're looking for a hyperdrive. They kill the father, and the daughter runs away along with Wicket and gets captured after the witch turns into a completely fake creature known as a crow, which is like this bird that's black, I guess is the best way to say it. It's a Star Wars creature that looks like an average bird, but is black and makes cawing sounds. Yeah, the animals in this aren't... There's a horse at one point. The animals aren't... Yeah. I know we've seen like snakes in like Empire Strikes Back, but snakes make more sense than literal crows and horses in Star Wars. But yeah, so they get captured, but Wicket and the daughter are small enough to escape. They run away, and they find this little tiny super speed creature that anytime it moves, it has speed up action, that you can tell like they just fast forwarded the footage. And he lives in a house with Wilfred Brimley, who doesn't want anybody there at first, but ends up growing attached to the two of them pretty quick. He even makes enough soup that makes the early 2000s make sense with the whole Da British campaign. So yeah, they end up like kind of bonding, and they decide to take on the Marauders and free the rest of the Ewoks. We get this whole action scene. The witch turns into a crow again, and then the head Marauder steals the ring, so she's stuck being a crow. Then he's trying to use the ring for his magic. They end up like having another Battle of Endor situation from Return of the Jedi against these Marauders, where they end up basically defeating them with wood and bow and arrows, which some of the bow and arrow deaths are just hilarious because it's like they'll follow like the arrow hitting somebody and they get like a delayed, like it's like, oh, which is pretty funny. Yeah, they end up beating the head Marauder by hitting the ring and turning him to like, I don't know if it's stone, ash, or burnt wood. But yeah, they turn him into that, and then the daughter and Wilfred Brimley leave to be happily ever after, even though it's kind of sad too because she leaves the Ewoks behind. But yeah, so that's the wacky Battle for Endor movie. All in all, both movies are pretty funny looking back. I mean, back then, Ewoks weren't meant to be taken seriously. They're still not meant to be taken seriously, but it's just goofy to see them go and fight and everything like that, and also like try to speak English, which just is so weird. But yeah, so all in all, I'm going to give this movie a 6 out of 10. Wilfred Brimley really saved it, but it was a so bad it's good sort of situation. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and follow me on all my social media down below. It's that nerd.